Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Doane Sports Network as we bring you live action here from Haddock Center as Concordia will take on the women of Doane. Doane coming into the game tonight 3-1, having a little bit of a nice win streak there, 3 games with their lone loss coming out their first game of the season. Concordia a little bit struggling here on the season, 2-3, but don't let that record fool you. These Bulldogs are full of talent this year. We got about 3 minutes left of our pregame before we head it on over to Cody Vance for starting lineups. Stick with us. and gentlemen. Tate Mazur behind the mic here, bringing you live action from Haddock Center as the Doane women will take on the ladies of Concordia. Doane coming into tonight's contest 3-1 on the season. Concordia 2-3. It's a little bit of a stat you're not used to seeing with these Bulldogs. They are usually undefeated or close to it, so we look to see a close matchup here tonight with Concordia and Doane. Tip-off underway here as Concordia will control it. And quickly they'll take a three-pointer off the mark, and that's no good. Still in the hands of the Bulldogs, and they'll get the two. Second chance point for the Bulldogs. Teton struggling. They're going to press you again. Concordia, Hastings, a lot of those teams know that Doane struggles with their press in the pass, and there's going to be an inerrant pass out of bounds. Concordia has pressed Doane many times and turned them over in years past. So you're going to see a new Tiger team this year. Let's see if they can handle the pressure put on by the Bulldogs. Dribbling up the court is a freshman out of Lubbock, Texas. That's Rushton. Doane sagging back in the zone right now, getting into the high post, kicking out. You'll see a lot of three-pointers from the Bulldogs here tonight. That one's no good. Rushton will get it back. Cockrell, three on the way, no good. And finally, the Tigers secure it. If you do want to stop these Bulldogs tonight, you are going to have to stop Taylor Cockrell. She's averaging 22 points per game, enjoying herself a nice season coming off of injury the previous year. Nall looks at the three. She's going to take it. She'll drain it. Three-pointer for Olivia Nall. Tigers averaging 83 points per game. Concordia early on in this season, they're averaging 78 points per game. So pretty close along the line there. Another three-pointer on the take on the way, and no box out there gives an easy opportunity for Concordia. They've missed three-pointers right off the bat, but they've already got a couple of points out of it. Johnson dribbling it up, throwing it around Teton in the air, hustling this Doane Tiger offense here to start off things. Johnson dribbles right into the heart of the defense. Almost a travel, gives it off the Teton for a short jumper, no good. As you look at Doane's roster here starting tonight, Azalee Johnson coming into the lineup. She's replacing Miller. And you'll see her, I'm assuming, many times here tonight as Johnson gets a rebound. Foul called there. And it looks like they're going to get Cockrell on that one. Teton's going to pass it in here for Doane. She'll find Roth. Roth calls her own number, three-point on the way, no good. Nall tries to get the reel and will get fouled on the floor. Good hustle there. Couple of fouls squared off here by the Bulldogs, giving Doane a couple of opportunities to score. Johnson, Nall trying to get off a screen. Teton throws it up. And luckily, Roth comes up with it. Johnson looks at the three, drives in with the right hand. Floater on the way, rims out. Pauly going to give it off to Rushton, and they will quickly get into their offense as the team in navy blue and white here tonight. Cockrell looks inside, gives it off to Pauly. Good exchange there by those two ladies, and there's going to be a foul. I'm not sure if they're going to call on the foul or on the floor, excuse me, or if they're going to get two shots, and it looks like Cockrell's going to go to the line to shoot two here.
Two shots for number 5, Taylor Cockrell.
First shot up on the way is no good. The second shot is good. Concordia extends their lead 5-3 here. 7:35 early on here from the Haddock Center, and there's going to be a turnover back in the hands of the Bulldogs. Yep, a little bit of a mishap there, and they are going to give it to Concordia. There's a little bit of a exchange there by the assistant coach of Doane and the ref there. Not quite sure where we were going with that. Anyway, three-pointer on the way from Concordia, and they will make Doane pay there. Concordia extending their pressure up. Again, we looked at that 2-3 record early on in this season for Concordia. A couple of losses, and looked like they had Midland, as of lately, but they've started to steer their ship in the right way with a couple of wins as of lately. The common opponent these two teams have, they both have played Peru State at this point, and they took that win 80-58, and that was on Monday evening. Roth, her three-pointer on the way, too short. A little bit of a jostle there, and Doane will come back up with it. Teton looking in, drives right, kicks back out to Nall, exchanging 10 on the shot clock. Heights turns around, short jumper, short-armed it, no good. If you recall, Doane took on Peru State, and they got a huge win after a 19-point deficit to get that win about a couple of weeks ago. Concordia had no trouble with the Bobcats on Monday evening, and then they took a win against Northwestern. It looked like 83-73 to get their win total back up to 2. Tigers having some trouble here rebounding early, and that's going to be an opportunity for Concordia to score for Pauley. As you look at the roster as a whole, not a ton of size for Doane, but right now just getting out hustled. Heights will take it off the backboard, no good. And Concordia swiftly makes their way up the court. They waste no time getting the ball where it needs to go. And it looks like we got an armbar there on the Tigers. And that'll be on Sydney Roth. Almost a whole line change here for Concordia. 4 new ladies in. Rushton's going to be the only one that stays. Concordia getting things lined up in a line set. A little bit of troubles to get out as the amateur yells at everybody pop out. Give her some opportunities to get something going. Rushton in the corner, drives, weaves in and out, throws one up, no good. Teton will grab the rebound. Teton in trouble, not something you want to do, pick up your dribble after just putting it on the floor one time. Got to get it across, and a pass that's just not going to be in a good situation for anyone. Doane's got to be sure of their passes here against this Concordia defense. Lucky are the Tigers there. They will get a foul call.
13 foul.
And that's going to be on number 13 for Concordia. That is Higgins. Doane already. Next time out, they are going to have to get some opportunities, some plays set up to get people open out of bounds plays, out of the press, out of anything. That's going to get some pressure from the Bulldogs as Madison Davis drives it in. She's going to go for 2 at the line here now. Holly Cohn's into the game now for the Tigers. She's going to replace Haley Heights. You'll see those two kind of interchange throughout the game. Post down low, they only primarily have one in the game at a time. Davis, her first shot up from way is no good. As looks like we'll have a, no, we will not have a substitution. They'll Davis shoot the second shot before they sub him in. Second shot on the way is good. Doane still hanging in there for 6-point deficit, 10-4. 6-point deficit, excuse me. 5:49 left to go in our first quarter. Doane usually applies a little bit of pressure there, and they're going to put Nall just to slow down the offensive attack, but there's a wide open lane and a missed opportunity for the Bulldogs. Johnson throws it up, and there is a turnover. 3-on-1. Bulldogs won't capitalize the first time, but they will capitalize the second time, and that's going to cause Coach Baumgartner to take a timeout. We will do the same. Stick with us. You're listening to the Doane Sports Network. Tigers coming out of the timeout, 12-4, 5:25 left to go in this first quarter of action as Doane has got to share up their passes, and that's going to be tipped away. One-handed passes aren't going to cut it here tonight against the turnover-friendly the turnover hungry, Bulldogs. Davis gets it in a tough position there, gets it out to Miller. Miller, again, didn't start tonight, but she will play quite a bit of time as she is a dynamic player. No, three-pointer on the way is off the mark, no good. All on there, there's Shoemaker. She's a 6'2" junior out of Malcolm. That's a tough force to handle there if you're the Tigers. Doane only has one girl even at 6 foot. That would be Haley Heights, the senior. Look for that matchup all night long. Bulldogs whipping across court. Get opportunities to get somebody open. They do. Three-pointer on the way. Good from the men's range. Off the mark, no good. And there's Shoemaker down low. So tall, so lengthy, and she'll go to line to shoot too.
Doane foul number 14, Ashley Keaton. First personal foul, 13th foul. 2 shots for Chloe Schumacher.
First one lane, no good for Schumacher. Second will extend that lead, 13-4 here early on from Hennigstar. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Doane Sports Network. Miller has opportunities, and they do not take advantage of the opportunities there. As they're throwing it across court, just not getting things into rhythm are the Tigers here early on. Up next for the Tigers is Jamestown. That'll be on the 21st. Here we'll be at 2 o'clock here live on the Doane Sports Network. Postponement has allowed that game to be switched around in the ever so changing 2020 season with COVID and everything going around. So we're lucky to get that game rescheduled. Every game matters here in the GPAC as they go off to Miller along the left-hand side. Miller being junked right at the top. She has to get it away, and she finally will before a foul is called. Opportunity there. And again, you'll see a wholesale line change from these Bulldogs. 5 people in, 5 people out. They do go deep into their bench early and often. Miller going to line here to shoot 2. As we are already at that 5 foul mark here with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Miller does not capitalize on the opportunity in the first. Miller will go 1 from 2 from the line as the Bulldogs rage on. Two teams very familiar with each other. Doane and Concordia, the all-time series. Concordia, leads at 54-45, and they have dominated as of lately. 17 out of the last 18 meetings have gone to the Bulldogs as they get an easy 2-pointer down low. And it only fuels that fire that these two teams are less than 30 minutes away from each other. Very familiar in proximity and in the conference as well. Roth giving it off to Miller. She'll wisely pivot and set up the offense. Miller whips it on over to Roth inside to Cone. She wisely head fakes, drives left, no good. A little too strong off the backboard. Concordia, opportunity, being patient with the basketball is all alone there with Trashinsky, and she didn't even take it, and she'll give it off to a teammate. And now we'll make it Lambrecht out of Waverly. A couple of Waverly high school products in Cockrell and Lambrecht. Doane just struggling here early on, and they're going to get another opportunity. Are the Bulldogs streaking down the court? They have numbers, and they have the rhythm on their side as well. Down low, back out. Cockrell, she'll drive back to left, passing it around across that three-point line. They love to shoot the three-pointers. There's going to be Davis. She'll take it away, and she's got a free open lane to the basket, and she will get fouled on her way up. Davis so good on the defensive side. 11 and a half steals a game. They're led by Davis herself with 10 of them. Pesky on top of that, top of the defense. A key part to the defense is Davis, the transfer. Davis, her first shot up on the way is good. Davis gathers and goes, and she gets both pair of buckets to go in. 18-7, just under 2:32 left to go in this first quarter of action. Concordia is so patient, but moves the ball so quickly at the same time. They just get opportunities, and that is no coincidence with how everything is set up on their offensive end. Pauly down low gets an easy 2 to go. They have really struck gold from within about 5 feet of the rim. They're getting opportunities. Doan's got to pack it in and make it a little bit tougher on the Bulldogs, as there's going to be another foul on Concordia's head coach is kind of shaking his head, but at this point, up 20-7 early on in the first quarter, you can't complain too much.
Free throws for number 20.
And it looks like Olivia Nall is going to go to the line here.
Olivia Nall.
Nall sets up and fires. First one is good. Second shot by Nall, no good, a little too short. As the Bulldogs look to close out this first quarter of action with just 2 minutes left. Concordia moving inside that defense so well. And Doan tries to slot it away, and there's Davis again. Davis dumps it off to Miller, and they'll set up their offense. Pesky is Davis with her hands there. Not giving Concordia any opportunities for free when it comes in her zone. Davis looks at the 3, dribbles in. Johnson had an opportunity, shuffled her feet just a little too much. That'll be another turnover.
For the Bulldogs, number 15, Taylor Farrell.
As Doan, we look at our trends here. Doan is really struggling offensively. They are having no field goals, no made field goals out of the last 7 minutes and 22 seconds. That is not going to be a statistic you want to look back on if you're Coach Baumgartner. 7 minutes and 22 seconds. You're not going to win much of any games if you do not score the basketball. As Concordia is 3 for 3, and they're going to almost made it 4 for 4 with a miss by Pauly there. They're just getting the wide open lady down low. They're not doing anything special at this point, just finding the voids in the offense. There goes Heights for a short jumper, and she'll get the roll to go for 2. Concordia been so consistent in the GPAC the last couple of years. 3-pointer on the way, and that's good as well. You knew coming into this game with a 2-3 record, they weren't going to shock anybody if they had a pretty good team this year, as they do. And a year so strange, 2020 years. A lot of things you have to do in this season, and if a slow start happens like Concordia, you know that they're going to finish strong later on as Nall gets a quick shot to go. And we are under 30 seconds, excuse me, left to go in this first quarter. Concordia will try and wind out this clock, possibly get this shot clock down, so Doan doesn't have much to work on the offensive side. Cockrell 3 on the way, in rhythm, and she'll be a little too strong. Bounces around. Doan has plenty of time to get anything offensively going here, as they're 2 of 10 in their last field goals. Miller throws it up, wobbly, and she'll get the ball back. 5 seconds left to go here. You want to get something momentous going into this second quarter. Not a lot to look back on in a positive sense here from the first quarter for the Tigers. Anything, a layup, a 3-pointer, anything you can get, just not a turnover. Davis finds her way, she gets up the 3-pointer. Not sure why there's no foul called there, as it looked like somebody hit her hand. But we'll go to the second quarter. Concordia leads your ball game here, 23-12, as we take a short break before coming back. as we get second quarter action here to go. Ashley Teton to pass then to Olivia Null to get things rolling. Tigers, Bulldogs, we're duking it out here at the Haddock Center as we get some of our first quarter stats brought to us here. Your leading scorer of the contest so far, Riley Pauly, she's gotten a lot of opportunities down low. She has 8 points for the Bulldogs. With 5 points each, you have Taylor Farrell and Lambert, both with 5 points for the Bulldogs, rounding out your leading scorers for Concordia. For Doane, your leading scorer is Olivia Null with 6, followed by Madison Davis with 3 points. Concordia, relentless on defense, not giving Doane the opportunities they want. As you look at some of our key statistics, we always look out for every game. Points in the paint, dominated by Concordia here early, 12-2. As we have a little bit of discussion over the situation we've got down low. Teton going to pass it into Davis. And she is guarded heavily up top there. And that's going to be on Rushton. That's only her first of the game. She is playing aggressive there. Teton looking to pass it in, gets it finally out to Davis. She fumbles it just a little bit before getting out to Davis. Another key statistic we look at, points off of turnovers. Not too separated so far. Concordia with 5, Doane just with 2. That biggest thing, those second chance points as well. Concordia, 9 second chance points, Doane with 0. That's a big key for rebounding. That's a big key down low on offense when Concordia is getting so many close opportunities within that 5-foot radius of the hoop. And it's coming just by a short pass. It's not even having to go around too much. Doane just not sagging back enough on defense, as they will secure the rebound there with Null. She falls to the ground but quickly gets it off to Teton. They've got a good opportunity here on offense as Teton drives in with the right hand, and we're going to get a jump ball there. And that will go back to Concordia. You like to see Teton's aggressiveness there, but didn't really have a clear-cut path to the rim there to even get anything going, as there's the defender right there. Just took her to get her hands out and get that to a jump ball situation. 3-point away from Concordia, no good. Concordia already put up 13 3-pointers here in the game so far. Only shooting 23%. But again, if you're getting shots up like that, they're bound to go in at some point, and they could really break this game loose. Kako down low again, getting it down to Pauly for 2. Too easy. Kako could have even taken it in herself. No one really came out to get her on the ball, and they weren't even sagging enough to get it down low to Pauly. And there's going to be a free shot. Head up layup there. Davis hustling on back and gets a rebound. No rebound to go, and that is not going to make Coach Bumgarner happy. 27-12, 8:21 left to go in this second quarter. We'll take a short break with them. Out of the timeout, Tigers getting into the hand of Johnson. She'll go ahead and take over the point guard duties for the time speaking and gets it to Davis in the short corner. Good pass across the court to Null. Just going to capitalize on it. And there go the Bulldogs streaking down all the way for a layup. A little bit of a tougher angle, and they might get Null there on the foul. I'm not quite sure. That was a bang-bang play. And they will get Olivia Null. That was a bang-bang play, but they will charge Olivia Null with it. And they're actually going to go to line to shoot 2 here. Oh, the Bulldogs. I'm not quite sure that was a shooting situation. But in the eyes of the ref, it was. First shot on the way is good. Second shot will be good as well. Tigers have got to get some positive things rolling here if they want to stick into this game right now. As they get Johnson streaking across the court. She'll get across the timeline, pass it off to Heights from the short corner. She's got an opportunity. Nice shot by Haley Heights for 2. And here come the Bulldogs right on back. Doan in their white and orange jerseys here tonight. Concordia in their navy blue and white outline of the numbers. Short jumper on the way. Johnson fight down low. What an effort by her, but gets it slapped away and back into the hands of the Bulldogs. No foul call at all. And another pass, and Paulie's going to get charged with it there. She was right in the face of Johnson.
40 foul on 25, Riley Paulie. First personal foul.
And it looks like we got a Concordia change. 4 girls in. Going to leave just 1. Opportunity for the Tigers here to get a bucket, keep this game somewhat close. Haley Heights down low, power dribble, no good, and she'll get that one taken away. Again, Concordia dominating those last 18 meetings. 17 of the last 18 have gone to the girls from Seward. Don't looking to break that streak here. They've got to at least get a little bit closer here tonight if they want to do so, as Johnson takes it away. Johnson has Roth in the corner, just doesn't give her a good enough pass to get an opportunity to score the basket. Man, little deals here early on coming to haunt the Tigers. Concordia settling into their offense, looking comfortable in their approach here so far tonight. Power dribble up and over, no good. And a fight for the ball here from the Bulldogs. Great opportunity for them to score here. 3-pointer on the way, no good, as they have already tonight taken 14 opportunities from the 3-point line. 14 opportunities in 1/2. You're not going to get many more opportunities just like they are getting here tonight. All giving off the Roth, and there go the Tigers. Pretty easily breaking their press here as of lately. Johnson to Nicholas. Nicholas, turnaround jumper on the way, no good. And that should be in the hands of the Tigers, and it will be. Nicholas had a good opportunity there. Turnaround jumper just didn't fall the way she was hoping for. Box set here for the Tigers. As we have a little bit of discussion here, maybe over shot clock situation, what we're looking at. What should be an opportunity for a 20-second shot clock, and it's set currently at 30 seconds. And they're going to keep it for right now. And finally, we do have it corrected, and we're at 20 seconds. We're ready to roll. Johnson to Null. Null quickly ranges for the 3-pointer. That's good. Quickly making her way up. That's going to be Brigham. Down low, tipped away. And here come the Tigers here. A little bit of momentum here. Throwing it up to Null, and she will gather herself and get it off. And just like that, like a knocked on wood, goes in the back to the hands of the Bulldogs. Bulldogs over on the right-hand side, 3-pointer on the way, no good. Short, they've been super short. As of the last probably 5 or 6 attempts, haven't really got a close opportunity to make those 3-pointers. Now look, she's gonna range herself over, and there's gonna be an air ball and a fight for it. Man, is it a scrappy game here early on. Brigham going over to a teammate. She'll get it slapped and back into the hands of the Tigers. Heads up play there. Heading it on back as Bulldogs are out of bounds.
Miller returns for Doan. Concordia.
Miller back into the game now, looking to get a spark out of her. Tigers have to take advantage as we look at our trend right now. Concordia, a little bit of a scoring drought there with 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Have not had a bucket here. Tigers need to take advantage of that while they can get it. Miller had Nicholas in the corner. She'll finally get off just a little too late for that opportunity. Roth, three-pointer on the way. Got it! Sydney Roth for three. And just like that, we have an 11-point game here from the Haddock Center. Concordia along that right-hand side, whipping it on over to Brigham. Back and forth, they exchange blows there, three-pointer on the way, and there's an answer for Concordia. And that's Trzynski going to make the three there, the senior out of Manson, Iowa. Transfer, actually, from Briarcliff as well. Miller looks, doesn't quite get it over. Roth out about the three, Brigham giving her all she can handle there. Miller, step back, jumper on the way. No good. Cones and Null fighting for it, won't get it this time. Brigham bringing it up. Sydney Roth, what a save there. She throws it back into bounds, and that'll cause Null to hit Brigham on the head there for a foul. For Doan, going to check in here is going to be Madison Davis for Concordia. They're going to do another wholesale line exchange there. New 5 Bulldog into the game now. That's going to be their original starters. Russian and Cockrell kind of exchanging it up out top. Looking was Cockrell, did not have it at the moment. Russian driving right into the heart of that defense, puts up a floater, swatted away by Holly Cones. Miller in trouble, she's double teamed down low. And they are gonna get close to a 10-second call there. You're at about 6, 7, gotta throw it up Miller, and they will get the 10-second before Davis can even get it off. If you're those two guards in the back, you gotta have a little bit of a clock going off in your head when you're at about 5. When you get to about that 7 mark, you have got to get it over in a hurry. The Tigers, that is not the first time this season they've been called for a 10-second call. That's a frustrating year if you're a coach. Cockrell, 3 on the way. She'll line it up, and she will not get it to go. But goes out of bounds on the Tigers. Nicholas, Cones, Miller all down low in a 2-3 zone set, pushing anything in. Rushton thought about the 3, drives right by Nicholas. Down low, another opportunity for the Tigers, but they get a block from Holly Cones. Tigers not making the most of the opportunities as the coaches throw their heads back in frustration on the bench. $14-point game here, 34-20, 3:30 left to go in our first half of action. Thanks for sticking with us on the Doan Sports Network. Rushton, 3-pointer on the way, got it. Rushton, 37-20 here, extends that lead up. Roth looking, pushes off. There's an offensive foul the other way. Frustration there by the guards. Not getting a whole lot of help from other teammates. You got to extend that up. I know you want to get back in your offense right away. You've got a couple of forwards down low on the blocks already, but you have got to press right in the middle of your face with nothing coming. And now Concordia is really laying it on as they have a 20-point lead with 3 minutes left. And just like that would have been probably a 30 to 45-second swing there. And there's another turnover. Pauly going in for the layup, and she'll get another easy 2. Concordia has had an 11-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Coach Palmer going to try to steer his ladies in the right way as they'll take a short break. Tigers out of the timeout here, getting something set up so they can break the press, and they do. Davis along the right-hand side gets her offense rolling. But it ends up in the hands of the Bulldogs here as Russian pushes the ball up into Cockrell. Cockrell right down to Pauly. Good ball movement by the Bulldogs here, excuse me, but they cannot capitalize on it. So smooth are these Bulldogs. They just move it around, and it's like poetry in motion. Johnson on the way. A little too strong. That'll be taken up by Lambert. Moving around, three-pointer on the way, in rhythm, no good. If Concordia could hit just a couple more of those, this game could really be blown out of proportion. As if it isn't already with 22 points as the lead right now. Teaton struggling to get the ball in, and she finally gets it into Davis. And off to Johnson. They get things moving here. Johnson taking it in. Euro step over the left side. Nice move by Johnson. Nice work there by Hasley. Short one from Rushton, no good. Pauly fight for the rebound, and that should be in the hands of the Tigers. It will be. Pauly falling hard to the floor there. Tigers getting a little more comfortable with this press situation so far. Concordia really hasn't turned up the heat too much, though, as we're speaking. No. A little bit of trouble handling, and that one coming in hot. Johnson throws up the little floater. No good, and she'll get called with a foul there. Foul situation here with just under a minute 30. That's Doan's fourth foul. Next one's going to send Concordia line to shoot double bonus. Concordia only sitting with 2 fouls. They should be in the clear here for this first half. Cockrell and Russian in the backcourt, finding their rhythm here. Passing along are the Bulldogs. There's going to be a turnover, and there's going to be Madison Davis. But looking at this Concordia roster here, as you look at their starters, sophomore, freshman, junior, and then finally a senior there in Trzynski. But overall, a lot of talent going to come back for the Bulldogs next year, as there's going to be a foul, and I'll send Haley Heights to the line for shoot 2. As we look at some of the stats here before we give it to you at halftime, turnover situation, that's going to be the biggest difference that you're seeing here so far. Doan with 18 turnovers, Concordia with just 6 right now. As Heights, her first shot up and away is going to be good. Heights nails her second one, so good from the free throw line is Haley. Concordia pressing on up. 48 seconds left to go here in our first half of action. Bulldogs dominating here early on, 42-24. Rushton quickly makes her way through the Doan defense and scoops one to go. Nice move there. Davis pushing it up, had Null along the left-hand side, didn't quite get her eyes all the way around as she gets to the Johnson. Johnson in there, Null. Little bit of a hot pass these last couple on once. Goodness gracious, no one can handle it. That'll go out of bounds, 19 seconds left. Doan can practically take the last shot of this half, as there's 17 seconds left on the shot clock, 19 on the play clock. If you get the ball off with 2 seconds, that's going to be no go anyway. Null, 3-point on the way, rattles in and out, no good. Concordia will have a chance to get the last shot off of the half. 6-5-4, 3-pointer on the way. Last shot of the half is going to be no good. And the Bulldogs of Seward taking a huge lead here, 44-24. We'll pass along some halftime stats here. Stick with us. Passing along your halftime stats here live from the Haddock Center. For Concordia, your leading scorer of the game, Riley Pauly, with 14 points, enjoying herself a nice night down low. Trailing her is just going to be Taylor Farrell. She's going to have 10 points on the game in just 11 minutes of play. For Doane, your leading scorer, that's going to be Olivia Nall with 9 points. Trailing behind her is Haley Heights with 6. Doane struggling offensively, as you can see, only shooting 28% from total field goal percentage. Concordia with 37% for total field goal range. 3-point percentage, Concordia's put up a lot of shots, but not shooting it the most effective way. 27% for the ladies in blue, and then 30% for Doane. Those key stats we look at each and every game. Points in the paint, absolutely dominated by the Concordia Bulldogs. 22 points compared to Doane's 4 points off of turnovers as well. 19 points for Concordia and 7 for Doane. Concordia's largest lead, 22 points. Doane just by 1 there early on in the first quarter. So Doane has definitely got their stuff stuff lined up for them here in this second half. They have got to get the offense lined up, ready to go, and they've got to cut down on the turnovers here in this first half. As we look at free throw percentage for Doane, 70%, 66% for Concordia. And then with bench points, Concordia, again, doing the wholesale line changes there, and that's kind of coming into play with conditioning and scoring as well, as they're leading that 13 points to Doane's 4. So we got about 12 minutes left to go in our halftime here, as we'll step aside and be ready for you to join us back in this third quarter. Stick with us. third quarter ready to start here as the Tigers are going to take the ball to start things off as Roth just barely gets her legs in bounds to keep it in the hands of the team and white and orange here tonight. All looking inside, try to get it to Heights, a little too tight of a pass there. It's going to go in the hands of Rushton. Tigers looking to lessen that turnover number. They're at 18 turnovers. Concordia only with 6 in that first half. That is a huge differential. 3-point on the way is good. And that's going to be Rushton for 3. Talented freshman out of Texas here tonight. Teton Johnson in the backcourt. Johnson quickly gets it off to Roth and gets it across the timeline. Roth down low, gives it off to Teton. Teton looks inside, drives left, bounces off to Heights, and she'll get the 2-pointer to go. Healy Heights for 2. Concordia getting into things, getting off to Cockrell, inside to the high post. They do it so well and so smooth as Rushton with the 3. What they do every single time down the court, they're getting in. Point guard gets it into the high post. High post either looks at the basket, looks out to their other players, and they just pass it around until they get the open person for the right shot at the time. They're all going to throw one off the backboard, no good. And finally, Concordia will get it. Again, this Concordia program is seasoned. They have a bunch of veterans on their program, and they know how to play basketball right. And Polly's going to get the easy 2 down low. She enjoyed herself a nice first half. She is the leading scorer for these Bulldogs up to this point as Johnson gets it off the right-hand side, and she quickly gets into the offensive approach. Null down low for an easy layup, no good. Null puts it back up, no good again. And that second chance point is vanished for the Tigers. Down low, Polly for the easy layup again, my goodness. The thing that Concordia is doing really well on defense so far with this trap and this pressure that they're giving on the Tigers, they're getting Doan right into their offensive set, but they're getting them at such a high pace that they're allowing themselves to turn it over on offense, or the Tigers are getting themselves moving so quickly, making some passes that they usually don't, getting themselves moving in a pace that they usually don't, and that in return ends up being what Concordia wants. Again, you might give it up a couple of easy baskets here, as Concordia has, but in the long run, it's really going to benefit the Bulldogs. Teton going to pass it on out. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get anything going. Tigers got to move to get it inbounds, though, as they do give it off to Johnson. A little bit of an arm bar. Luckily, she didn't get an offensive call there. Roth throws it up with her left hand. No good. Heights trying to get anything to go, and that's going to be no good. Here comes Cockrell one-on-one with Teton. She'll scoop and throw it up there. No good. And guess who's there to get it back? Riley Polly for 2. Polly really taking advantage of the second chance points up to this point, where she's just getting herself in good position if it would happen to fall off the rim. No, for 3-point on the way, no good. All playing a little bit too much, and yep, she's going to get called for the foul there on Cockrell.
Young foul on number 20.
3 new players for the Tigers, 3 new players for the Bulldogs here, as Cones, Miller, and Davis all come in for the Tigers. Now you've got Cones, Miller, and Davis, and Roth and Teton on the game now. Concordia passing along, wide open. They just left her wide alone. That's going to be Kepke there. She just was looking for another teammate to pass it off to. 1-2, look both ways. And, might as well take it myself. I'm wide open, and she'll drain it. Teton in trouble up top. Gets herself away with it somehow, but Kepke just takes it from her. Cockrell with Miller, back and forth they go. And that is good teamwork right there. And quickly, only about 3.5 minutes into this game, this second half, excuse me, and they have blown this game apart. And there's going to be another turnover and a wise play by Teton, though. And I do agree with the ref there. Teton was out of bounds. She just grabbed it. It hadn't touched the out of bounds line yet, and Teton was there to just grab it there. So Concordia comes away with another opportunity to get some more points on the board as if they haven't already had enough. 61-26 here. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Kepke almost got the rebound again. And now the Tigers will pull on up. 3 girls on the backcourt there for Concordia pressing along. Miller driving with her left hand, gives it off to Roth. She'll put up a 3-pointer and nothing there. Doane is just getting no one back, and there's an easy layup for Concordia, and there's a timeout by Coach Baumgartner. Doane not playing with a lot of pride right now, as this is a little bit of a gut punch right now. 63-26, 5:57 left to go. Just under 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Live from Haddock Center. Tate Missouri behind the mic here, bringing you Doane women's basketball. Thanks for tuning on to the Doane Sports Network. Miller, Davis, and Teton in the backcourt here, trying to get it across the timeline. A little bit of a jump pass there. Miller got lucky that Cuppy didn't jump right in front of that. Take it the other way. Davis driving right, giving back to Null. 12 on the shot clock, and they got themselves in a little bit of trouble, but will get bailed out by Concordia's foul.
40 fouls on number 15, Taylor Farrell. First personal foul.
Farrell will be charged with the foul there. Foul situation pretty even here. Concordia only with 2 fouls, and Doane with just the 1. Doane is going to struggle here, though. If Concordia gets some momentum, they only have 1 timeout left with Concordia, with 5 of them left altogether. Miller, 6 on the shot clock, puts up a runner, and that will go. A little bit of an awkward shot there by Miller, but it goes in. Concordia again stringing out this lead and doing it with a lot of runs here. They've had a 16-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 35 seconds, and they'll have an opportunity to put up a couple more points here. As Powell's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Free throws for Sadie Powell.
Powell's first one on the way, rims out, no good. Second one is no good as well, as Cones is going to get the rebound. She'll be fouled.
Foul on 35, Sadie Powell. First personal foul, 13 foul.
Davis, Miller, Teton, all again back in that backcourt, trying to get it across the timeline. They have done pretty well here in the last couple of possessions, getting it to where it needs to go. First quarter and that second quarter, when they were not getting it figured out at that time. Those turnovers turned into points in a hurry. And guess who's going to get the ball back? Concordia there with a jump ball. As Lee Johnson coming in now, and she'll replace Hallie Combs. Tigers almost didn't have enough people on the court there to start off this possession, get the right people out in the right amount of time. Push there, and I'm not sure they're going to get Hallie Cones on that one.
Second personal foul, 13 foul.
13 foul. Both teams now have 3. Again, that magical number is 5. Both teams go to the line to shoot a double bonus situation if they get to 5 fouls. Davis fighting for it, and she'll get the turnover. She's guarded pretty heavily there by 2 Bulldog defenders, and they're going to give it still in the hands of the Tigers. Again, just look at the court right now. Doane's height right now is not matching up to Concordia. They have a little bit of a size advantage. Your tallest person on the court right now is Hallie Cones at 5'11", but Concordia has a couple of ladies there that just kind of tower over. Cones is going to take the jumper on the way, a little bit short there, And Concordia has an open lane to the basket going the other way. Scoop and in. And that'll be Farrell. Miller gives it off to Davis along that right-hand side. She'll pick up her dribble, throw it cross court to Null. Again, Doane kind of has the same situation. They do want to get into the high post, just like they do right there. Gives it off to Johnson, and that is the money right there. Tigers and Bulldogs pretty much have the same key to start off their offense. They want to get inside, kick it out, get your opportunities to shoot some threes just like that. Farrell, 3-point on the way, and absolutely splashes one home. Great shot there by Farrell. Inerrant pass, lucky. As Miller that Davis was there at the time, and there's going to be a foul. A little foul happy are the Bulldogs here. 68-30. Concordia enjoying a big lead here with 3:35 left to go in this second quarter of action. Doane coaches preaching that you gotta penetrate the zone to even beat the zone, and that's what the Tigers saw there in the last possession. They got it off to Johnson. There goes Davis right in the middle of the defense. Johnson gets a rebound and gets a foul. Great work by Davis, going up against some of the monsters in there. Davis only ranging in here at on our roster at 5'7", and that might be just a tad bit generous as well. Johnson, her first shot is off the mark, no good. Johnson, that shot on the way, no good. Null fighting for the rebound there. She'll get on the floor. A couple Tigers on the floor now with the Bulldog. And they call a jump ball back in the hands of the Tigers. Again, Tigers coming in this game with a 3-1 record on the year. That's their best start since the 16-17 season, which they also opened up the year 3-1. Tigers, as of lately, haven't had that much amount of success, and they have been enjoying it here so far with a couple of big-time wins, especially their first one in the G-Pack against Mount Marty. 5-4, got to get it off here. Johnson, I'm not quite sure that she sees it on the shot clock. She'll throw it up, and she won't even get rim, and there's going to be a shot clock violation. Good defense there by the Bulldogs. Tigers averaging 83 points per game. If things keep going the way they are here tonight, it's not quite sure that they're going to be anywhere close to those 83 points as their average. And their shooting percentages are down as well. That Bulldog defense has been stifling and has not let their offense get in a rhythm whatsoever. That's a rare Bulldog turnover, ends up in the hands of the Tigers. It's been strung out for quite some time here, but over the last 6 minutes and 17 seconds, as this could change here right now. And Concordia now has a 25-4 run over these last 6 minutes. They have absolutely put the hammer down and not let Doane come up for any breathing room as of lately. Miller penetrates the middle of that defense. A little bit of a tougher angle, doesn't get it to go. All still pressuring up top. That's what you like to see if you're a coach. Players not giving up here, even with the success not coming like they would have liked it to. Three-pointer on the way. Long ranger, no good. Second chance opportunity here for Concordia. Reverse layup. Nice work there down low. As that's going to be Toomey, the freshman out of Lincoln South East High School, with a reverse layup there. Davis strings it on over to Null. Still passing around, getting into that defense is what you like to see. Davis over. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Excuse me, Johnson now with the rebound. Now getting off to Davis. She'll take her shot at the three-pointer and bury it. Davis for three. Concordia still pressing on over. Three-pointer on the way. And there's an answer by Toomey. Back and forth we go. Concordia all the way up to 75. Doane 33. Just over a minute left to go here in this third quarter of action as things are getting strung out. Opportunities going away here for the Tigers as they are going to have some major work if they want to even get close to a win here tonight. Toomey going to go ahead and set it on fire with another three. Toomey enjoying herself and the bench going crazy for the Bulldogs. Wind being taken out of the sails here at the Tigers right now as Cones has got herself positioned down low, and they just are not looking at it. A little bit of a tough pass for her to handle there.
40 foul on 14, Chloe Schumacher. First personal foul.
Roth and Nicholas going to come into the game now. Hallie Cones going to go to the line to shoot two here as Concordia has got to the five foul mark, which will put Doane at the line to shoot two. First one on the way, no good. Rattles in and out. Cones, her second shot on the way, is good as well. Now Nicholas will come into the game for Cones as you have your Tiger lineup on the court right now. Miller, Davis, Roth, Nicholas, and Nall. Again, Tigers, a young bunch here coming in this year. Your lone senior that's playing here, Haley Heights. There's a lot of bright futures for this Doane Tiger team early on in this season. The experience is something that you can't buy, as there's going to be a layup there by Concordia. Experience is something that you cannot buy. That's something that you cannot ask for. You got to gain it, and there's only one way to gain it, and that's to play the games. And there's no better experience than in the tough conference like the GPAC. Davis will throw one up off the backboard, and that's going to be no good. Your third quarter comes to an end here. Concordia 80. Doane 34. We'll be back in the split. Concordia basketball here coming out of the fourth quarter. Enjoying this lead are the Bulldogs, 80-34 here. Tigers just not hustling, not a lot of energy coming out from the white and orange tonight.
Doane fouls on number 12, Reagan Nicholas. First personal foul, first team foul.
Concordia got out of bounds there. They got a line set up all the way down as they'll finally get it on in. Concordia going to get some opportunities for their bench players to get on the floor and make some shots here as an opportunity on the way, no good. Second shot, no good. Third shot, no good as well. And the Concordia Bulldogs just keep on rebounding. That is a fifth opportunity shot here, and they finally get it to go on in. Doane has got to take a little bit of sense of pride here in these last couple of minutes, especially with such a big lead and such a good start to the season with the Tigers 3-1. GPAC doesn't get much easier night after night. As we pass along some of those third quarter stats, your leading scorer of the game, Riley Pauley, with 20 points. She has been on fire down low, getting second chance points left and right. And out of the bench, Taylor Farrell, 17 points, exploding off the bench for the Bulldogs. For Doane, your leading scorer is Olivia Null with 9 and Haley Heights with 8. Concordia has improved on their three-point percentage at 40%. Doane just with 28%. And the biggest thing here is points in the paint. That's pretty much just second chance points. Yeah, there's been some great passes. There's been some great looks by the guards, but the stats do not lie on this one as Concordia has 40 points in the paint. Doane just with 4. That's a 36-point difference in this game. That stat right there. Second chance points. Concordia it's a little bit of a different situation here. Concordia with 15 points compared to Doane 6, but those points in the paint, those points that are layups, that are just opportunities, just like I just said there, as there's going to be a small layup there. Concordia absolutely dominating those opportunities. Rose along left-hand side, finally gets in Heights. She'll take a short jumper, and Johnson's going to fight it away. Teeing off the right-hand side, she'll give it in to Null. Null tries to lob it into Heights, and that's just not a good pass there. Here come the Bulldogs. Bulldogs right down there, and there is what I'm talking about. Points in the paint, easy one there. Johnson off the Null, and out to Teton. Teton has been extremely quiet here tonight. She does not have any points. She's been averaging double figures throughout this season, including a 22-point game against Peru State. As Concordia gets another short opportunity, they'll string it on back to get their offensive locked and loaded as a floater does not go in, and Doane will finally settle things down just a bit. But Teton has been extremely quiet here tonight. 0 points from the last stat that we've looked at. That is a shocking stat to say the least, as she has been a workhorse for the Tigers here this season. Three-pointer for Brigham will go in. 89-34 here, 7-24. Plenty of time in this game. You have got to show a little bit of fight here from the Tigers. Just started off flat. Then the first part of this game had opportunities. Null's going to take a three-pointer. She'll drain it. Nice shot by Null. Just started off the game a little bit of lackadaisical. Those hustle points, those balls on the floor, those rebounds, all coming up right now. When you don't do the little things against the Bulldogs, they will definitely come to haunt you again. As Brigham put on a clinic here. Concordia torching the nets. 5 of the last 7 field goals they have made. As Rose tries to drive in, and goes. Couple of players just trying to take charge here, just trying to get things rolling, as Miller and Jantz are going to come into the game now. Biggest thing you tend to notice when you see two teams like this, such a drastic difference in points. Concordia has passed the ball well. They've taken advantage of the little things. They're rebounding the second chance opportunities, but on offense, they just pass the ball extremely well. They find the open person. They do not settle. And hustle plays like that turn in to opportunities and points like that. As Miller's going to dribble it up the court. They just got to get the ball moving. Can't stick for too long. Get people moving as well. Can't stay stagnant for too long. As Heights gets him down low, now it's going to be 2 points. Brigham will bring up the court. She's going to be guarded by Jantz, who's into the ball game now. Spinning around are the Bulldogs. They're dribbling this shot clock all the way down. They're at 10 right now. Gonna get themselves in a little bit of trouble as Miller's gonna slap it out of bounds with just about 4 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Concordia's head coach, all aware, you're gonna tell them that there's only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Have an opportunity to take a couple of dribbles, you gotta put it up, and they do at the last second and get it to go off the rim, but out of bounds. And that's gonna be a fresh 24 Doane. Concordia back in that line set, lobbing it up to one of their taller players and then getting an offense rolling from that point going forward. Whipping in and out, moving the ball are the Bulldogs. Doane going to be here again playing Jamestown as the three-pointer goes off the mark. Coming up here, Jamestown is going to be on the 21st, and that'll be at 2 o'clock here on the Doane Sports Network. We will carry that one live here. And that's going to be foul real quick. Nothing coming there.
Number 21, Kyla Miller, first personal foul. Second team foul for Concordia, number 2, Bailey Conrad.
Concordia gets the ball in. As I'm just being told that Jamestown game has actually been moved. Excuse me on that one. That one has been moved. That will not be on the 21st here this weekend. Again, COVID-19, that does change the plans of a lot of things going on here in the program and the GPAC. Every game kind of be switched around as our men's team has been placed in quarantine, and they're starting to make their way out of that as we speak. So games being switched around to try and get the boys, the men's and the women's game all in one shot, not trying to separate them in and out this way. Roth can go to the line here. 4:40 left to go in our contest here tonight on the Doane Sports Network. I appreciate you guys sticking with us here as Concordia taking a huge lead, 94-41 in this contest here tonight.
For the Tigers, number 25, Hallie Combs.
First shot for Roth rattles away from the hoop and is no good. Second shot up on the way is good. 94-42, 4:40 here as Taylor Perry will make her appearance in the game here tonight. And there's going to be a layup by Concordia. One thing you see, though, as you're looking across the board, and this is just kind of a no-brainer, the more shots you put up, the more opportunities you're going to get for points to come up throughout the game. But Concordia has taken 80 shots, Doane only with 48. So the volume, the amount of shots that Concordia's getting up, again, they were a little bit slow off the bat there. 3-pointers, some of the field goals they weren't quite making, but again, if you're taking more shots than the other team, you've got a better chance at taking home that W, and that is clearly being the case here tonight on the scoreboard and just in general. Concordia put that press on Doane around that second quarter, a little bit into that first quarter, and just had them turn the ball over. That's going to be a three-pointer on the way. It is good. Toomey's enjoyed herself a nice night from the three-point land. But Concordia put that press on here, and they never looked back at any moment. Jansky, three-pointer on the way, trying to answer. High rebound, no good, as Nicholas is going to get caught up in there. She's going to get it in her hands anyway. She tried to get her hand out of the way. She held it up, and it eventually just came out. And there's 2 points for the Tigers. That's maybe a highlight for the night for Doane. 3 fouls for Doane. Concordia just with 2 fouls as they're quickly approaching triple digits here. Cohen's out guarding Toomey. Toomey sliding right, giving it off to a teammate. Couple dribbles for both guards as they exchange the ball. Passing along top, 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Whipping it on up, short 15-footer, no good. And that's going to be in the hands of Perry. Perry's got Cones all the way down the court, and they finally get it down to her. Hallie Cones will get that swatted away. A nice heads-up play there by Concordia.
For the Tigers, 24, Rosalie Johnson. For Concordia, number 32, Kendall Brigham.
Brigham down to the game for Concordia. Doane sliding over Jansky. She'll take her second attempt at a three-pointer. A little bit too much power there. And that's going to be no good. Concordia driving the basket there. Again, so good, so shifty are these Bulldogs. 3-pointer on the way, and that'll be no good. Extra opportunity here. Short jumper, no good as well. There's an opportunity once, twice, 3 times. Finally gets it to go in, and there's triple digits for the Bulldogs. 101-44. Cones right at the free throw line, gets it on down. Nicholas, turnaround jumper on the way. And that is a move. She is so good at Reagan Nicholas for 2. Brigham, corner 3 on the way. That's good. They'll answer right on back. Johnson going to go ahead and press it on up for Perry, and that's a little bit too tall and too strong here tonight. You'd like to see this offense just kind of compose themselves, slow themselves down, and again, no press here being put on by Concordia in these last couple of minutes. They've had their fun and their opportunities to get turnovers. You'd like to see that offense just kind of regain some control, get themselves center back, and there's going to be a tough GPAC slate here coming up as Perry just gathers it. She looks at Jansky, and she'll get an opportunity there for an easy layup. Kate Jansky for 2. .136 left to go here in our contest here tonight. 2 teams very familiar. But it looks like Concordia is going to take this one pretty easily here from Haddock Center here tonight. As we went over our series notes a little bit earlier, Concordia leads this all-time series 54-45. That'll now go to 55-45 here tonight. That's another 3-pointer strained by Concordia. They have definitely had the torch as of lately, and they have now, we'll update those from 18 of the last 19 meetings. Concordia has won. I'd love to see the point differential, as the last 3 years for sure the Bulldogs have controlled this series in a huge way. As it looks like we have a injury here at the point.
Known fouls on number 22. Kate Jansky, first
We'll step away for a short moment.
Foul.
Shot coming up here. Luby shot off the mark, and they'll give it back to the Tigers here. Just under 1 minute here left to go in our contest here tonight. Miller along the right-hand side, switches back over to the left. We'll get it off to Jansky. Getting some players who haven't seen a ton of time. Valuable experiences. Cones for 2. 109-50 here. As it looks to be, now our clock's under control. Had a little bit of a clock situation here at Doane, and it's looked like it just froze up for a short bit of time, but no better time for that to happen at the end of the game here, and not even a closely contested contest here. Shot clock all the way down to 6-5, an easy layup there for Concordia. 111-50 as we approach the end of our ball game here tonight. Cones will take another short jumper, and she'll mirror that. Nice couple of shots by Hallie there. And Concordia will dribble on out for tonight's ball game to wrap it on up. Concordia takes the win here from the Haddock Center, 111-52 here. We'll have a quick pass in here as the ball went out of bounds, and then wrap ourselves up with our final stats. 111-52, we'll stick around here and give you your post-game stats here in just a moment. as we wrap up our contest here from the Haddock Center. Doane falling to Concordia here tonight, 111-52. Concordia, your leading scorer for tonight was Riley Pauly. She had 20 points here as she started the game. Just trailing her with 17 points, that was Taylor Farrell off the bench. The bench exploded for a couple of points there from Farrell. She had 17, followed by Toomey with 13 and Brigham with 13 as well. So the bench really coming into play here for the Bulldogs tonight. Doane, your leading scorer is going to be Olivia Null with 12 points, and then Haley Heights with 10. Your total field goal percentage for Concordia tonight, 49% compared to Doane's 32. For three-point percentage, Concordia with 43, and Doane struggling a little bit from that range, 27%. Your points off of turnovers, Concordia definitely controlled that here tonight, 35 points compared to Doane's 9, and then points in the paint absolutely dominated by the Bulldogs, 56-12. Again, Tigers fall to the Bulldogs here, 111-52. Thanks for sticking on with us on the Doane Sports Network here tonight. This is St. Missouri signing off.